We are back here in Carolina Women once again with Deb Lamp, our good friend from Flowers by Sue, and we're really talking about things that we've always wanted to talk about. We're talking about roses right now, the amazing things you can do with them, the history of roses, the colors, the fragrance, pretty amazing. And we just talked before a little bit about the rich history of a rose and how nutritionally excellent it was with vitamin C. You said something about an orange, right?
Yes. The rose hip has 20 times more vitamin C than the same size orange.
I mean, that's crazy
So
when you really think about it.
Cool.
All right, so what are we going to do?
So these were back to the little rose buds or the spray roses. And a lot of people, when they get an arrangement, and it's like this, but when they have it like this, they complain. Well, my rose is open. Well, this is what it's supposed to look like. So
so the tighter,
it's still fresh.
Got it.
But this would just, see, it kind of gives you a variety, so it'll last a few more days.
Don't you think that that's sort of an education thing where we may assume our rose looks like this, and that's what it's supposed to, but in reality,
but you want them to open up.
Yeah, the richness.
And a good example of that is, this is called quicksand, and it's a great rose to do for weddings because of the
pretty color.
And what we can do is, you can do this one.
Okay.
So as you see, it started tight, and that one did too. But we can take the petals and just put your thumb underneath it and flip it back.
Oh, what's that called? What is that
around.
called?
It's called reflect.
Oh, this is so pretty.
And
look.
Then look how cool that is.
Look at this. Oh, I did not realize. See, this is the fun stuff coming here because we always learn. We have great takeaways.
By the end of it, it doesn't even look like a rose. It looks like, just a beautiful flower.
I was just going to say, it is absolutely gorgeous.
So,
how long should roses last, and what are ways that I can make my roses last longer?
The big thing is fresh water. Cleaning water. When you take them out of the water, snip your ends a little bit.
Now you snip these on a diagonal. Is there a reason?
I do because one thing is probably habit, but the other thing is it works like a straw. So
Got
when
it.
I put it in clean water.
Got it.
It gives me a clean cut all the way up, and it
opens
up the woody stem.
Once I open it, I put clean water in. So 2 days go by. I put clean water in. Do I snip again?
You can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've heard. What were you going to say?
Most of our roses, we tell people a week to 10 days.
Okay.
But I have had people come in and say, they've lasted 2 weeks. They've lasted 2.5 weeks. So
what about, I always hear things like sugar, Sprite.
You can do that.
Okay.
All that does is, it actually, as you snip this, all it does is it seals this part of it. Oh. So when we get the roses, they're called dry packed. They're in a box.
Okay.
And I'm not sure when they had water last. But the first thing we do is we snip the ends, and we put them in a product called Quick Dip.
Okay.
And that opens up the stems.
Okay.
And then they sit in cold water for a couple hours before we put them in the cooler.
Oh, I wondered about that. Okay. When I am trying to keep my flowers alive, do you like to refrigerate them at night? I know that sounds like dumb. No?
Your refrigerator's way too cold.
Oh.
So the biggest thing that damages flowers, especially when in your home, is sunlight and heat. So many people will they want to set it outside.
Right.
Well, that's fine, but the sunlight literally cooks it.
Oh,
and,
I did not know that.
And the same thing, a kitchen window or something like that. So if keeping them cool and out of direct sunlight and changing the water.
And I know before we go, we want to talk a little bit about bud vases because, and I said this during the break, every single time we come in, there are just bud vases everywhere with very simple flowers. And I know, Deb, you're big on get them from your garden, grab a couple from Flowers by Sue, and then enhance them. All kinds of things.
So I actually last week we did an event, and I needed some extra greenery, so I just went outside. And so don't forget, when your landscapers are mowing and trimming, there's gorgeous sword fern everywhere. The long strips of fern,
I know exactly what
which is great. There's pittosporum, so you don't really need to buy greenery. Just buy
Just
something
do
like
it.
that.
Well,
Just
as
do it.
always, it is so much fun to connect and get together. What I would love to do, if you haven't come by Flowers by Sue recently, you need to come in. Every single time I come in, it's completely different. And there's always goodies to buy and great ideas to come away with too.
Great,
So
thank
as
you.
always, it's great to see you. Stay
Good
with
to
us.
see
There's
you.
a lot more to come
Take care.
here on Carolina Women.